we're back to talk some spring sports.
Yes, this weekend was the 88th annual PV Relays. It was a very well-run event. If you ever been out to the new track and field complex, it's a beautiful facility. They did a very good job of running this event. Reminded me of the old days. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of the talent was split between Rice Invitationals and the UT Relays. But the teams that were there participated very well, where a lot of high schools were there that ran, a lot of local Houston high schools and some teams from out of state. Also, a couple of college teams were there Saturday. Most of the college teams ran Friday, and then they drove down to UT to run. But PV and a couple other schools ran Saturday. So it was a great event. It's going to take some time for the event to really grow from the PV Relays that we remember back in the day.
Right.
You know, it was huge, but unfortunately we compete with two other events. So we're going to have that issue of splitting the talent for every PV Relay. So I'm hoping that we can get that scheduling worked out in the future years so PV Relays can be the massive event that we know it to be in the past. Couple folks to stand out. There were a lot of great performances from the PV side, but for women's, the 4x1 team took second place with a time of 46.61. The 4x4 relay team finished second with a time of 3 minutes, 46 seconds. And from the men's side, we had our usual suspects, but the 4x1 team finished second also with a time of 40.9, and the 4x4 finished with a time of 3 minutes, 11 seconds. Again, they had a great indoor performance, indoor champions. We look for their outdoor season to be just as fantastic, and they've gotten off to a great start. So congrats to PV track and field men's and women and the people who put on PV Relays. Mike, what you got from baseball?
Baseball. Well, you know, folks, PV baseball got off to a slow start, undeniably. But look now, they've won 5 of their last 6. They're in second place in the SWAC West. So there's some upswing. They just finished a good swing with Grambling. They also had another one. I forget who the team is, but they are now also second in total batting average. But yes, total batting average. So kudos to the PV. They're making some strides. They still have a hill to climb, but this last 5 or 6 game swing against them, Jarvis Christian was a team before Grambling. So they're making some strides. They also signed a guy, notably from Summer Creek High School, Tiger Donato. I know him because he played with my sons as well, but he's played really well. And so he's one of their top signees going into next year. So kudos, they ready. Let's go PV.
I'm surprised you didn't find a way to try to sneak in some lacrosse. You're good about sneaking those things in there. That's pretty good. But in terms of baseball, they did have a tough loss today, just to be frank. It looked like they had a chance to sweep Alcorn, which would have been extremely important because this SWAC baseball race is going to be tight in both divisions, particularly if not at the top, in the middle. And they were able to salvage not getting swept by Grambling, as you said, which started off the 5 games that they won essentially in a row, including the midweek games against Jarvis Christian. They shut out Alcorn the other night, and then they won a tight one, 10-9. This is an Alcorn team that hadn't won on the season, and then somehow they let one slip away to end the series. They did take 2 out of 3, which is always important, but at home, you want to find a way that you could sweep the Braves because they seem to be struggling right now. They lost that game 8-7, so that's tough. On the other side, when you talk about softball, Silver's not there. Give some love to the women on the diamond out there. They swept Alcorn, and they got 2 out of 3 from Alcorn, winning the first one 5-1. Then those Saturday double headers, they won the first one 10-5, and then lost the third game or the second of the day 6-8. But they improved to 6-3, and then they come back and they sweep Pine Bluff, which was huge, going 8-3, 5-3, 6-4. For those 3 contest this past weekend. So again, they improved to 6-3, right in the thick of the race. So it's going to be interesting to continue to watch what they do on the diamonds, whether it's softball or baseball for the Prairie View A&M Panthers.
Cool. Very nice. Well, thank you all. We will be right back to talk band.